here feeling that you are empowered with more knowledge than you came here with. The main intent of this whole program is to give you an education so that when you go in for service for your automobile, you're not going to be taken advantage of, because it happens way too often in this industry and I can't stand it. And the best way to do that is to educate people. That's where we come up with knowledge is power. AC Delco is the person that has put this knowledge is power seminar together. We want to answer all your questions. We want you to leave here feeling that you are empowered with more knowledge than you came here with. On to exhaust systems. Exhaust gas recirculation, also known as EGR. This is a pollution control device. Its sole purpose is to lower NOx emissions. NOx is oxides of nitrogen. It harms our ozone layer. Okay, so we want to reduce the amount of NOx emissions coming out of the engine, and the EGR is what does that. That's the main thing. Some of them, like that one that there was a picture, that one's pretty ugly. I've never seen one like that. Looks really expensive.
Yeah.
That looks really expensive. Yeah. Positive crankcase ventilation, also known as PCV, which has nothing to do with polyvinyl chloride, which are the white pipes, the plastic pipes you do your sprinklers and stuff in. Nothing to do with it. PCV is positive crankcase ventilation. It relieves the pressure inside the crankcase of the engine. That's where your oil goes. And as that oil gets hot, the moisture that's accumulated in the engine through condensation, you've seen condensation on everything, happens inside your engine as well. The PCV will suck the moisture vapors off of that. If you don't have a PCV system that works, your oil will corrode and the inside of your engine will corrode and it will get ruined. So the PCV is really pretty important. An oxygen sensor. This is the main sensor on a fuel-injected or computer-controlled engine. This tells the computer what the air-fuel ratio is in your combustion process. So it'll tell the computer, I'm running rich, I'm running lean, I'm running rich, I'm running lean, and the computer makes adjustments. It'll make these adjustments many, many times a second. Very, very quick. Yeah, they can get pretty pricey too. Yeah. The old days they were cheap, there were 1-wire or 2-wire. Nowadays there are 6-wire and 7-wire air-fuel sensors. Some of them are as high as $600 to $800. This is an item that comes up a lot that people tell you need. The check engine light comes on, the malfunction indicator light. They usually don't have a code in it that says the oxygen sensor is bad. They were in the old days, but not today. It's going to say exhaust oxygen lean for too long, exhaust oxygen rich for too long, exhaust oxygen sensor switching time too slow, and people will jump to the conclusion, change the oxygen sensor. Oftentimes it's not the oxygen sensor. If you have a vacuum leak or your fuel injectors are restricted or your fuel filter's plugged, you're going to trip a lean code. It's got nothing to do with the oxygen sensor, it's just reporting what it's seeing. If you've got an injector that's stuck open or a mass airflow sensor that's no good and it's running rich, it's going to trip a rich code. Doesn't mean the oxygen sensor is bad, it just says it's doing its job and I'm reporting what I'm seeing. So just because you have a code that says oxygen sensor in it, don't go running out and replace your oxygen sensor. You could be wasting your money. Exhaust pipes route exhaust gases away from the engine to the back of the car. Hopefully not under the car, hopefully you don't have any leaks, because carbon monoxide is odorless and colorless and it will kill you. It'll put you to sleep first and you fall asleep at the wheel, that's not good. Catalytic converter, it converts harmful gases into less harmful products. I like to tell people, think of the catalytic converter as a trash can. The less trash you put in it, the less times you have to change it or throw the trash out. Put a lot of trash in it, you're going to be replacing it a lot. So if your engine's running rich or it's running lean or you have misfires, you're going to ruin that catalytic converter in a hurry. If you keep your car running properly, that catalytic converter is going to last a long time. Catalytic converters are expensive, they have a lot of precious metals in them. It's that precious metal that costs the money. Things like palladium, platinum, other things you can't normally buy but are real expensive. Muffler reduces the amount of noise coming out of your car. Sometimes they put mufflers on these little 4-cylinder hot rods that cause them to be really loud and annoying.